All right, this is the final descent. We've talked about spark, obsession, bonding, heartbreak, stress. Now we're looking at the darkest loops the brain can fall into and how it can actually rebuild itself. Let's start with something heavy, the trauma bond. Why do people stay with partners who hurt them? From the outside, it looks irrational, weak, illogical, but inside the brain, it can become a neurochemical prison. The most powerful mechanism at play here is something called intermittent reinforcement. This is the same principle that makes gambling addictive. If a partner is cruel or distant 90% of the time, but suddenly loving and perfect 10% of the time, your brain releases dopamine in unpredictable spikes, and unpredictability makes the reward stronger. Your brain doesn't bond to consistency, it bonds to the chase. You start craving that rare moment of affection, that apology, that sweetness, the good version of them. It becomes the fix. Then there's the cortisol-oxytocin cycle. During conflict or abuse, cortisol rises. Fear activates. Your nervous system goes into survival mode. Then the partner apologizes, or holds you, or cries, or promises change. Oxytocin floods in. Relief, safety, closeness. But now something dangerous has happened. Your brain has chemically linked fear and comfort to the same person. The one who triggered the stress is also the one who soothes it. That creates a powerful loop, a chemical bridge between pain and attachment. And breaking that bond feels like withdrawal, because it is. To break a trauma bond, you often have to treat it like detox from a hard drug. No contact, no just checking in. Survive the cravings without going back for another hit. It's brutal. But the brain is not fixed, and this is where we climb out. Neuroplasticity. The brain can rewire itself. It can weaken old pathways and build new ones. That spark people think is permanently dead in long-term relationships. It doesn't have to be. Remember that early dopamine rush came from novelty, newness, uncertainty. So one way to reignite shared chemistry is novelty injection. Do something new together. Travel somewhere unfamiliar. Take a class. Try something slightly scary. When dopamine spikes in a novel situation, the brain associates that surge with whoever is present. You can create new, shared excitement. Then there's something deceptively simple, a 20-second hug. Not a quick tap, not a distracted squeeze, a sustained hug, long enough for the nervous system to register safety. Research often cited in sources like Psychology Today suggests that prolonged physical contact increases oxytocin and lowers stress signals. It tells your body, we're safe. Over time, repeated safety signals rebuild attachment in a calmer, healthier way. And then there's the work of the Gottman Institute. Their research suggests that stable couples maintain roughly a 5-to-1 ratio of positive to negative interactions. 5 small moments of kindness, humor, affection, or appreciation for every 1 moment of criticism or conflict. That ratio keeps oxytocin and serotonin dominant and prevents cortisol from taking over the emotional climate of the relationship. It's not about zero conflict, it's about chemical balance. So if we map the whole journey, it looks something like this. First comes lust, testosterone and estrogen firing up the engine. Then limerence, dopamine high, serotonin low, obsession activated. Then attachment, oxytocin and vasopressin anchoring the bond. Then the threat, cortisol rising under stress, shutting systems down. And finally, repair, neuroplasticity, allowing rewiring, recalibration, renewal. Nothing about this journey is mystical, but none of it is trivial either. These are ancient systems, powerful, double-edged, adaptive, They can trap you, they can blind you, they can hurt you, and they can heal you. The brain that bonds is the same brain that can rebuild, and that's the climb out of the rabbit hole.